Hello my lovelies, welcome back to this perfume and luxury channel. Today's video is the best of the best designer perfume releases so far in 2023. I just can't wait until the end of the year. I might do another video just in January. And I think it's nice to have a little bit of a roundup because not only it's then fresh in my mind which perfumes are going on my long wish list, but also for you to check out maybe some perfumes that maybe you didn't know were released, because there's recently like so many releases. I think they were like pushing back the releases a bit in the pandemic, and now it's like, whoa, we're getting new perfumes all the time, which is very exciting, but kind of a lot to sift through. If you love perfume, subscribe, and let's start with the first perfume, which I love and adore, and it's a Jean Paul Gaultier release, and it's Divine or Divine. I don't know if you're supposed to say it in French or in English, but this perfume is so fun. You kind of know what to expect from a Jean Paul Gaultier flanker. You just know that it's going to probably be very sweet, some like fun, weird, fruity note, and that the bottle will be insane. It hasn't disappointed. This perfume is that, but usually with all the Le Mals and the women's classique line, I usually just don't buy them, especially the women's lines, because I find them, although they're super fun, sometimes they're lacking that oomph, because I've got so many perfumes, they're just lacking a little bit of that uniqueness. But this one, man, it's fun, and it does give you that uniqueness that I think some of the other ones are nice but don't have that uniqueness. This is a perfume that is super sweet, but it's got this weird pineapple, rhubarb, artificial note, a bit coconutty. It's such a nice scent. It smells like somebody who loves to eat sugar and it's going on holiday. This is what this fragrance smells like to me. If I was to choose a gourmand, a very sweet fragrance for a holiday, this would be the one. It is a good time. Like, you know, if you wear this fragrance, you're going out with your girls, you're going out dancing. Even if nobody's dancing, you're like, oh, you're having a good time. This is that sort of a perfume, and I mean, it's worth it. I want to get a bottle. It's one of those that even I showed it to my husband and he was like, whoa, this is a bit different. This is fun. So it will get you that attention. And to me, this one is a standout of the line, and I'll definitely love it. And I think it's the best release so far this year from Jean Paul Gaultier. Let me know, by the way, which release is your favorite from this year in particular down in the comments, so we can all discuss what is the favorite designer, though. Don't go to niche, only designer release this year so far. Next release that I absolutely love is the new Prada Paradoxe Intense. I love the original. I have a bottle. It's lovely, and the Intense didn't disappoint. It's actually very similar to the original, so they're not misleading us here, because some brands do mislead us and they just pop in the Intense at the bottom of the fragrance name and we just think, oh, it's going to be just more intense, and then it's like, whoa, it's a whole other fragrance. But here it is very intense, and more intense, more woody, perfect for fall and winter. And I love this girly, just really nice fragrance DNA. It does smell like a lot of other perfumes out there in the designer sphere, but I think it's still the best. Out of these like girly, just everyday happy perfumes, there is something about the perfume that I just love, and I myself grab for it all the time, even with my niche fragrances, even with my oud fragrances, even with everything. I just love how wearable Prada Paradoxe is. The Intense version in particular, I think it's one of the best releases this year so far. It's amazing. It is a perfect presence for everybody. It is just one of those perfumes that you can't go wrong with. You can wear it to school, to work, to everything, and you'll smell absolutely amazing, and it lasts. So Prada, I want to see more and more perfumes from you, because I love pretty much every Prada perfume, but this one I can't get enough out of it. It's so good. Next one of the best releases for me this year is FORD Soleil de Feu. To me, this perfume is extremely indulgent, and actually it's part of the Soleil line, but to me this is like, because Soleil is sun in French, to me this is like fall and winter Soleil, sun, because it is much more creamy, indulgent, gourmand, caramelly. I want to eat this pudding that this fragrance is. It's so inviting and warm and lovely. I really want to have a bottle of this perfume. It was love at first sniff for me, and I think it will go amazingly layered also with Blanc Soleil, yes, the one that I also have in my collection. I can layer them. Some people also will have both from the line, and I think this perfume is just so delicious, so good. I mean, I have smelled similar fragrances before, but FORD has done it again and done it in a beautiful way. I absolutely love this perfume, and I definitely think that if you haven't checked it out, you should go and check it out, because it's so good and you can't miss it out of the releases of this year. You have to check it out. Next perfume on this list is another one in my collection now because I love it so much. It's a new release from Burberry, and Burberry had been just showering us with lovely sweet fragrances. This one, BURBERRY Goddess, is a hit. It's so good. I mean, I smelled it and I was like, yes, I'm over it. I want to smell like this. This is a perfume that you will just love for fall and winter time in particular, because it's a bit more of an intense. It's got this intense vanilla that is just gripping and kind of syrupy, and it does remind me, I think a lot of people are mentioning that it does remind you or me of Mon Guerlain from Guerlain. It does, but I would say it's very similar, but a tiny bit more playful, and it's not as heady. Sometimes Mon Guerlain is quite a heady and very strong fragrance, to the point that sometimes I can't wear it everywhere because I do actually get a migraine from it sometimes. I don't know if it's only me, let me know in the comments, but Original Eau de Parfum, I just get a headache sometimes from it because it's so intense. With this one, I can wear it kind of more casually. It's a bit more radiant, a bit done with a lighter touch. Maybe because it doesn't have as much like raw materials in it, maybe that's why. I don't know why it is, but it does give you that more of an easygoing feel, and I think much more people will find it wearable. Maybe younger people will be able to wear it a bit more because it's not as intense as Mon Guerlain. So I love this Burberry release. I think it's an excellent one, super classic smelling as well. So I think if it's your signature, then you can wear it for years to come, which is great as well, a plus in my books. And I love it as well. Talking of Guerlain, we have to mention the best release so far this year is from Guerlain, and it is Shalimar Millesime Iris. Man, this fragrance, mind-blowingly good. If you don't know Shalimar, it's the cult fragrance of Guerlain, and it's one of those fragrances that signified like rebellion and like sexiness and sensuality when it first came out. It's a vanilla fragrance, but done in a very classy way. This one though, iris and vanilla, are one of those like note combinations that smell so classy, so gentle, and so majestic that this fragrance, it's just for all of your senses. It's one that you will smell and be like in awe. It's a bit caramelly, this iris, and iris is powdery, it's gentle, it's woody. It just lends itself beautifully to vanilla, and this fragrance is celestial. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite releases this year. You have to check it out if you haven't. If you want a designer fragrance that smells and the quality is like a niche level, and it's one of those that you can literally wear as a signature for years to come, but you have to get a lot of bottles because sometimes they discontinue Shalimar flankers. This one is good. Or maybe you used to love Shalimar and maybe you think, oh, Shalimar is a bit more like it's not as current and modern anymore. Try the new Iris one because I promise you, you'll be in love. Next one, we've got a Valentino fragrance. This one is one of my favorites so far. It's Valentino Born in Roma Pink PP. I don't know about the name, but I love the bottle. It's shocking pink. And also the fragrance is amazing. This fragrance is similar to the Eau de Parfum, but a bit more intense, I would say, but a bit softer at the same time. And it's one of those fragrances that you literally smell like a sugar bomb, like cotton candy. It's one of those that will make you smell absolutely amazing while still not being too sweet. Although it's very, very sweet, it does, I think, find a balance of it not being like a full-blown pink sugar aquilina. It doesn't go to that place quite so extremely. It just makes it a very nice wearable fragrance that men adore. I don't know what it is, but like men love when women smell really sweet. I don't know why, but there must be something in our biology telling us that this is the smell that we should like or something. But this scent is extremely sweet. If you're a fan of like a light icing sugar sort of sweet fragrances are super fun, then this must be your fragrance of choice. And if you love the bottle, go for it because this is an amazing, amazing release and I would definitely love to have it in my collection. But looking at my collection is screaming at me like, you need to get another shelf because yeah, my shelf cannot support more fragrances at the moment, so I need to get myself another shelf. But let me know what is your favorite release so far this year. I'm sure we'll get some more amazing ones. For example, I want to see a new perfume, like just a whole new line from Chanel. Come on, Chanel. I really am waiting for that. Let me know your favorites down below. I'll link all of mine's favorites also in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.